What's up, Savages? Savage Talk was supposed to go up yesterday, but internet outage across Illinois. It was awesome. Let's begin. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Savage Talk number 4. Yesterday was my day of hell. I was supposed to be playing Smite all day. Guess what? Didn't play until last night. The game's addicting as shit. I highly recommend everyone gets it. But let's go ahead and jump into the questions. First one, is Maven my significant other from RM Jalen? Maven is my heterosexual life mate. Alright? He is basically destined to be with me for the rest of my life, but I will never, ever see him as a significant other. He is he's just my life mate. He's going to be there. He's going to be that guy who lives in my basement for the rest of my life and ruins every relationship I'm in. That's what Maven's going to do. I've accepted it. But the good thing about Maven is he's like furniture. He's just kind of there. Like, you don't actually pay attention to him all the time. Ace Jensen, favorite map, game mode, and competitive Halo. You know, this is tough. This is tough because I can say Halo 1 2v2s on either Chill Out or Hang 'em High are probably my favorite, like, to go, right? Like, that's my shit. But skill-wise, with the exception of 07 Finals versus Final Boss, I would probably say Team Slayer Beaver Creek. I think Beaver Creek I played one of the best on, and that was probably my most fun just because it has Sniper, it has a rocket, I can abuse Host up top, you know what I mean? So yeah, moving forward. Keep it Trill. Your name sucks, bro. I don't know what Trill means, but I'm assuming it's slang. But I do like your Abby. What is, oh god, what is that guy's called? What's that Pokemon? Oh, I'm trying to think of it. I can't think of it. It's the one with the shell on his tail. You got anything? I don't know. Okay, anyways, Mark L. Who had the best BR shot to ever play Halo in your opinion? Alright, this is an interesting one, right? So, obviously, the person who got voted best BR throughout the duration of Halo was actually Defy. He was notorious for having, like, one of the best BRs, period. It was him, Karma, and Ogre 2. Those were the top 3 in that category every single time. But I will say I don't believe it was any of those 3. I think the best BR was the person who I struggled against the most, and that's going to be Legit. Legit was a fucking beast. He was one of those players who can, like, kind of jump down, turn around, and just rape you, even though you had the first couple of shots, because he had this, like, weird wiggle strafe. So I'm going to go with Legit. I know it's a curveball out there, and a lot of people should say Defy, and Defy is probably the second best, for sure, but I'm going to go with that. Acceptables. I like it. I like your name, buddy. I like your name because it reminds me of Expendables, and that's one of my favorite movies just because I really like action movies. Don't judge me. Don't you fucking judge me. Since starting up the grind again, do you think that we will see Gandhi the God Sniper back or a new role form for you? Well, that's a good question, my man, and I don't have that answer. I do not. My sniper's been like hit or miss online, but granted it is Halo 3, and the majority of the netcodes just make me want to fucking punt baby seals across the fucking yard. But, assuming there was baby seals in my yard, you know what I mean? But there's not. But if there was, I would kick the shit out of them. I don't know. I think Halo 2 might be a little bit different, and depending on who I team with, like who's the other 2 people that Legion and I pick up, we might actually have to... I might be a different role. I have no idea. All I know is I will be hosting for our team. That's going to happen, for sure. So I'll be sitting top BR. I'll be sitting top Rockets. I'll be sitting Pink 3. I'll be on their Carbine in Sanctuary. That's going to be my role. So do I know if I'll have the Sniper? I don't know. I really have no fucking clue. I hope I do, because I need attention. That is me in a nutshell. Well, technically, this would be me in a nutshell, but you know what I mean. Next one. What are your plans? Ah, fuck you, Nicktastic. This is one of those questions that are just going to fuck me up. What are your plans for your future / rest of your life? I have no idea. I literally have not a single clue in fuck as to what I'm going to do for the rest of my life as I choke on my saliva. I don't know. I've never really given it much thought. I've kind of I wing it. I'm kind of a guy who's like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and just do things. I'm chasing my dream. So I'm assuming eventually I'll either achieve my dream of being in this industry forever or I'll end up joining the military. That's most likely what will happen. I've never really given it much thought. I kind of live in the moment. I'm still young, right? Like, I know I, like, look old and everyone thinks I'm, like, fucking 30, but yeah, I'm actually, like, 24, going on 25. So I have, like, another 4 years of potentially fucking up before I actually have to get my shit together. So that's what... Worst comes to worst, I'd go back and live with my mother. She makes great food. She really does. She makes good food. God damn it, OLCR. Kyle Lynn, you are in every Savage Talk. I'm going to cut you out of this shit. Every single one. You're in it. Where do you think you would be today if you never competed in Halo and never took the job of casting Call of Duty? Oh, God. Well, this is tough because the only reason I was able to go to community college was because I was a pro player and I could pay for it, because I'm from lower middle class family, so we didn't really have like money to do any. I was not supposed to go to college. My brother was able to go to college because he got in a bad car accident and he had a settlement, and now he's in med school right now. So, God, well, let's see. I would probably be in the military already. Yeah. That's most likely where I would be. I'd probably be out of the military and in school right now, or dead. Based on the time that I would have joined, it would have been Iraq or Afghanistan. So, knowing that and the fact that I'm a huge sucker for trying to be the hero, I'd either be dead or in college right now with PTSD based on my luck. So I don't know, that's a fucked up question, man. Fuck you, Kyle. Fisher12, what about MLG is the most understood by the community? All right. This is the most important thing that everyone has to take from this. The thing about Major League Gaming is, right, like, they've prided themselves on like live events. Everyone's like, oh fuck yeah, live events. Everyone knows like this is the place to be, is MLG, right? Like this is where everyone wants to go. But the thing about live events for an MLG is that it costs a metric fuck ton of money in order for them to host these events. You're talking 3 to 4 million for the live event. And that's why when we see them now kind of go from, you know, live events to a platform, it makes sense for a business standpoint for them because it's more consistent. If they still had all their sponsors that they had in the past, and you're talking their biggest year, they had what? Hot Pockets, Ballpark, Hot Dogs, which was actually wildly mediocre. Fuck you, Ballpark. Never want you again. I'm kidding. Doritos, Stride Gum, Dr. Pepper, BenQ. Like, they had like 10 sponsors, 10 plus sponsors, and they were still like able to like still go negative with live events. And now what do they have? They have like 2. They have 2 sponsors. So they lost their ass on Anaheim, and that's something that everyone needs to know, which is why when they lowered the prize money, well, what I thought when they lowered the prize money, I was like, okay, this makes sense, because Anaheim was such a whew. So the big thing here is that you need to realize is that MLG pays, the way the prize pool works is it's paid by the number of entrants into the 4v4. So if you look at it, there's 192 teams at the Call of Duty Anaheim open bracket, which ends up being $400 a pass. That ends up being about $81,000, right? So that's how they're able to justify the prize pool of $70,000 for the pro players. And that's kind of like how the translation works. So big thing here, all you need to realize is you lose your ass on live events. Snoopy, would you like to pick a player with a big fan base like Nate Shutt or a player with gun skill like Krim? It depends on which one isn't an asshole. I like to be with people who have fun. So Krim has fun, but so does Nate. I don't know. I think whichever one I think I could win with. So probably the one with the better gun skill. But I do see the appeal. It depends. It depends on what your goals are. If my goal is to win, I'm going to take the person with the better gun skill. But if my goal is to just make money and grow and grow and grow, I'm going to take a player like Nate Shutt. It's the easiest way to do it. Optic wins G3 and also wins Dallas that EG isn't going to. Is Optic the best team in the world? Not quite. Not fucking quite. So the big thing here is that there's still the MLG Season 3 League, but if they do win G3 and they win the next event, that gives them 2 event wins. They have to close out the Season 3 of Call of Duty Ghosts in order to be the best team. Do I think it's possible? Absolutely. They should be the team who wins Dallas. Like, no questions asked. Like, no one should even, like, bat an eye at the fact that anyone else can win. Not yet. So, I think Optic will probably take Dallas. I don't know how they'll do at Gfinity. Last time they went to Gfinity, they got, what, top fucking 73,000? But this is a 100% different roster. But I think pool play kind of works differently for Optic Gaming. But we'll see what happens. Oh, that was the final question. Oh, look at that. Huh. I thought I had way more. I forgot to put a lot of questions in there. Well, anyways, I love you, but I don't love you. Take it easy.